Anyway, Questmaster. Let's play. Hey, back to check on the eggs. We do have another egg here. Oh, it's hatching. We got a snowman. Like a duck face, kinda. Miss Chill. We've just got a snowman following us. See if I can do the shell game. Today's prize. I'm paying attention. This one. Got a ring. Don't know what it does. Gotta get it appraised. I don't know what's changed around town since last I played. Let's go to Lucky's Locks. Hello. Thank you for the key. Let's see what we get. Start with this one. Oh, that's it. Cool. I'm feeling lucky today. Got nothing. Can you appraise the rings for me? Let's see. Halves damage from drowning in mud. Turn with rings to appraise. Also, I believe this game is in early access now. Because they've got a whole bunch of stuff planned leading into its full release. Boing oing. There's rumors that you can perform a quick spin if you spin around quickly before slashing. Oh, interesting. Oh, very interesting. I did not know that. It's a bit difficult to do that with... what's it called? Keyboard, but that's cool. Also, there's a rabbit guy. Hello, rabbit. Hello, I'm Flopsy. Can you find all 15 eggs I've hidden? Don't try to look for them all at once. Come back when you found all of them. So there are eggs to find. And now I'm gonna spend all my time looking for the eggs, I guess. Now, if I was the devs and I wanted to hide an egg somewhere, where would I hide it? There's a thing here, though. That's an egg. Okay. So they actually just look like eggs. More obvious than I thought. There's another one. But also, it's probably going to be better to come back and just, like, work on that as we go. I'm completely distracted, in case you couldn't tell. There's an egg there. Another one there. I wonder if they're going to hide them in buildings as well. I don't know. Anyway. Let's start a new dungeon just to figure out what's new. I believe there's a new level theme. So, let's go to themes. Dewdrop Roots, Sandswept Ruins, Gustwind Palace, Deep Coral Cove, Coldfang Grotto, Moonlight Brambles, Thunder Vault Bastion. Oh, and it's raining! That's really cool. And Emberstone Quarry, which is over here for some reason. I thought that was somewhere else on the list. But this is cool. I like storms. Storm's good. We have honey now. Prevents objects from jumping and breaking. I think we already had ice. Stick that all around. That's really cool. We have these fragments. I don't know what the fragments mean exactly. I guess we have to get, like, multiple fragments to unlock different things. I think the sword coins are different. Slightly. Maybe not. They're different color now, so... I know that there's a new key. The skeleton key unlocks all locked doors or locked blocks. Which is cool. Basically a key that will unlock everything. Also, we can freeze things. I believe that was in the last update they looked at. But there's also a new menu here for objects, but I don't think it works on... like, items that we can get. So we'll look at that with enemies, mostly. But the wings can now, like, sub-menu into different types of making the item float or whatever. For different hazards, basically. We got the silver gauntlets, which I think we saw last time because we could push stuff around with it. But there's also the golden gauntlets. I'm pretty sure we looked at that last time. It's been like 5 months, so forgive me for not remembering anything. Also, with the new menu thing here, so we can make enemies do fire damage, shock damage. We can make them gold to amplify stats like speed, health, and damage. But they can also be cursed to curse targets, and ice to freeze targets. So we can do that, which is really cool. It's like a much better menu for the different types of enemies. But we can also do that to pick-upables, which looks really cool, because we can basically do that to anything. But, like, it doesn't affect how it actually works, I don't think. So let me actually, like, pick up the sword here, but it just, like, becomes a regular sword if we do that. No fire involved. But it makes it look really cool, so... the rod has an ice rod now. Spawns one ice block that you can push. That's interesting. Could be good for puzzles. I think there's anything else new here that we hadn't already looked at. Tornado rod. I think we might have seen that previously. Spectral rod. Shoots out one spectral blast at a time. Probably works like a fire rod, but spectral. The lantern has an ice lantern or freeze flame lantern. I think freeze fire is a new thing. So, lights up your surroundings, but also allows you to light up freeze flame braziers. Basically, we have a freeze flame brazier, which we can turn off and then light it up with the new lantern, basically. But I might just, like, set that to that. We can also freeze a lot of objects to just, like, need to be melted first. I don't know if we can unfreeze it with the freeze flame lantern, though. No. So, like, if we freeze that, it just does nothing, basically. Unless maybe we get a different thing to thaw it out, so... Also, we can make it look like it's under fire, or ice, or electric. That's gonna be really cool to just do. Even though I don't think it's gonna affect it, it'll be just cool to see it. Basically. Just, like, setting random objects to fire. That's just, like, another thing with the, like, the wall-mounted things. We can just, like, set it to electric or something. I don't know if that works with any of these other things here, but let me check. No. Birdhouse, that's cool. So it's mainly, like, just stuff that we interact with that can be elemented. We have the rings and ring boxes as well, which I didn't realize that the hero's ring doubles damage received and prevents hearts from spawning, which makes the previous dungeon that I did much harder. I think we're on to enemies then, probably. Obviously, there's the new way the elements work. The menus are a lot smaller because of that, which is pretty good. Let me check if there's any new types of variants to things. Elements are. Actually, that's probably another thing. I think there's some enemies that weren't gold before, but now can be gold. Which will be interesting. Let me see if that's applies to bosses as well. Because I've not checked yet. I think it does. Oh no. They've just made things so much stronger now, which is probably good. We have, freeze slide now. Which basically, if we hit this, if I spawn myself in, we'll just send it flying around all over the place. If it knocks into anything, it also does damage to itself, but also the enemy. And can freeze us and anything else, so... We got Fire Elemental now, which moves along walls and inflicts burn. But it's also got variants for a Shock Elemental. Which I guess we could also probably also change its element, possibly, but I'm not sure how that works, if it works correctly. But it basically just moves along the wall. And keeps going. Also, that still shocks us, even though it's spectral. We got metal bars which spins around the center like a flame bar, but pushes objects away. I think that's new. I'm pretty sure. I didn't mean to grab that. I got pushed into it. Anything new here? We can make them on fire now. I don't think that affects the player though. It just looks cool. Oh, and it burns enemies. So we can actually make extra weapons, kind of, in a way. But only if it's like something we can throw. Electric crate. Does nothing, but looks cool. Like, we can make entire new themes, basically, almost. That's another thing I wish we could do, like, have more control over the room themes. Maybe eventually. Hang on. I'm not sure if this was a thing I looked at last time, but we can set up a hole now. We can make a bottomless hole here. So if we dig it, I'm pretty sure this was here last time. If we... Has that always been a thing, or am I crazy? I'm sure that was new. Maybe I looked at it last time and I just forgot completely. Make this shovel spectral. Not that it does anything. But if we dig this up, if I don't get pushed away, I'm getting pushed into the wall. Good to know. Also, the freeze elemental, the freeze slide, oh my goodness. The freeze slide can also go into walls sometimes and just bug out, so that's just a thing to be aware of. I can't spectral... The spectral effect actually stops me from using my weapon. That's interesting. But if we dig up a bottomless hole, we can actually go down. Shield. I believe we got mirror shield, which is kind of new. Maybe? Not that new. We have darkness now, which is like sunlight, which I think was there in the Ice Palace stuff, because we can just like set an area to light, which will melt stuff. We can also set this to spectral to reveal hidden objects, which could be interesting. It also doesn't melt ice blocks when it's like that, so we can use it as a light source, but not have it melt things, which could be good. But darkness works interestingly. It works like a dark room, but for that area, basically. And of course, like the light, we can also set it to be tied to a switch, basically. So it can turn it on or off, basically. Which is nice. A good feature. But I think it'll be a good way to, like, hide stuff, like walls. Like, if I do that, then that area goes black and it kind of looks like it's just darkness, which could be good. The tombstone. Where's the tombstone? It's just a pushable. What's it look like in a different theme? I guess that's just a tombstone. I didn't realize they added tombstones? I think that's new. It's just a new pushable. That's cool though. I'm all over the place trying to figure this out. Obviously we got the new fireplaces things. Also, I didn't ever like use this multiple people thing, but it's kind of useful for ice blocks. If I figure out where ice blocks are. I think they're actually here. Oh, it's one of the pushables. We can have an ice block put onto a switch and that will count as the switch being pressed by 2 people, which is good. Which probably means you can use regular ice blocks and just a regular person stepping on it to count as 2 people as well. Yeah. This is me showcasing stuff, but also trying to figure out new ways of doing things that I haven't done before. We can use pets now, which I think there's a few things that we can actually interact with. Like the tombstone, we can edit message, so we can actually put text on it. Similar to a sign, but like as its own pushable object, which is cool. A tombstone. So now we can actually... Oh, we put text on the object itself as well. But we can also set up our pets as like NPCs to talk to as well. Also, what's with the curses the player, freeze the player, shock the player, and burn the player for talking to some text object. Does that work with this one as well? Hey, burn targets. Hang on. Just give me a second. That's cool that we can make the NPCs affect the player when we talk to them. But it doesn't work with a tombstone, which is probably good. Interesting. Very interesting. This is a very cramped space for all these enemies and objects doing their thing. Oh my goodness, we also burned, like, / destroyed the ice blocks. Also, that skeleton key has got pushed outside of the universe. Oh, and there goes the freeze. The freeze. The freeze is gone. So yeah, there's a lot of bugs still. But there's a lot of tools, so that makes sense that there would be bugs, basically. Oh my goodness, everything is exploding. This is just me playing around. It's gonna be a lot of bug testing for things. But yeah, it's cool that we can set up NPCs to talk to. Do I have to actually pick it up, or do I have to actually go open it? I think I have to actually go open it, so it doesn't just open up like that. Which is what I thought it said. Like, I thought it would work like, because of the description. It unlocks all of them, but you have to actually go activate them still. It's a little bit, yeah. Because you could take from that it means it just, like, opens all locked doors, but no. Multi-checkpoint can be activated multiple times. That's just useful. So can we not activate the regular checkpoints multiple times anymore? Oh my goodness. Ah! Just give me a moment to actually check. Now we can still, like, go between 2 checkpoints. But the gold checkpoint means we can, like, hit it multiple times without having to go between 2 different checkpoints. Which just seems like a good update to that. Turbine exhaust. Changes the color switches? That's interesting. So it could suck or blow, but changes with the red and blue switches. That's really cool. I need to use that more, probably. Tornadoes, we can make them fire. It does nothing but looks cool. We can also make the bridge look different now as well. Although I don't think it affects anything. I'm underneath the bridge. That's not what I wanted. So yeah, that just looks cool if we want to make different themes, basically. But the other thing that is very different is the teleporter. Because we now have, like, a ton of variations. We have the, like, the starter blue, red, and green, and purple, I think, were the original ones. But now we also have white, pink, brown, black, teal, and disabled. Okay. That's still a lot. Still gotta remember which ones connect to which. I don't think there's any, like, visual thing for that other than its color, so... You just have to remember that. We also have the coffins. Which, like, revive dead players. We can also freeze them and, like, change their look with the elements as well. So we can get a gold coffin. That's mostly gonna be good for, like, themes, obviously. I've already used the ice coffin, or the frozen coffin, for some stuff because it just looks cool. Can be melted with fire. It also weighs down things. That's interesting. Another thing that's new is this hole. A peg can be pushed into it. I assume to make ground to stand on. Probably. Let me move that around. So we can just push that into the hole and walk across. I think we can also set this as like a switch, kinda. Even though it's not in the switch menu, it's more of a getting around thing. We also have the phonograph now. Allows playing different music. So depending, it doesn't matter what theme you're in, you can play a song from a different dungeon type, basically. And I think it's per room as well, so you can have multiple songs playing for different places. I don't think you can have multiple songs playing at the same time. Those are different, right? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you can actually combine songs. Which, if that's the case, is really cool. Nope, that's different. So it must just, like, prioritize one of them. I wonder if you can also tie them to switches, because if that's the case, which looks like it is, we could get it to switch the music halfway through a room with switches, maybe. Interesting. But we also have so we have all of the different dungeon themes here. But we also have the boss music for each one as well. And we also have silence, combat, and victory. So we have all that to work with. You still have to like figure out where to put it into a room to make it work, which makes it hard to hide. So I don't know about that, but it is cool. We could probably make it fly and then make it invisible. And then you just like never know. But it's gonna be interesting to see how people use that as well. I think that's pretty much everything. There might be some new signs. Question mark? Heart? They seem new. I'm surprised they haven't merged some of these signs together and like just made you better like cycle through them. It is useful to better pick and choose though. It needs like a hold down the context thing. Except you already do that basically. Like if I would hold this down and then hold this down, it doesn't let me like pick another menu thing. But that'd be interesting if they did like that. But I think that is everything new. Probably. I might have missed stuff, but I'm not sure. So yeah, they've added stuff. I have to figure out what this dungeon is later. I want to kind of finish it off and actually like make it something. But that seems like a different time. Actually, I'll keep playing. Because we also have the new theme to play with. Oh, that looks so cool though. And of course we can also bring in rooms from past dungeons. Which would be cool to actually like build a whole dungeon through that. Especially if I could get it like random or something. Or take suggestions on what rooms to use. Man, it takes a lot to load, but it's okay. Like, it's so cool to, like, mix up the themes, which is why I hope we can eventually, like, have different room themes in one dungeon. I wanted to load a different room, though. Where is it? Where'd it go? Which room is it? This one. It just looks really cool. I want to see how it looks in this theme. Like, this is a cool new theme. It's raining, but it's like also like dungeon and it's got its metal grating stuff. I'm definitely gonna have to build a new dungeon with this theme. Now to look for eggs because I wanted to do that earlier. They added like an Easter bunny with some hidden eggs around the village. I want to go get them. You haven't found them all yet. Don't walk inside buildings. Also, if you can't find any more, come back later and continue war search. Easter Banui! Yep. Easter Banui. And it talks like they're adorable. We haven't found them all yet. It's an Uwu bunny. No inside buildings, that's good information. Oh, there's an egg. Also got another shell game because we spent enough time in dungeon making. Today's prize. A few things wait for you to play like dungeons or make dungeons before giving you more things to get. So you kind of supposed to go in and out of editing more often, but I don't, so. Got another ring there. Let's see. See any eggs? Eggs C? There's an egg. How did I miss that? It's right there. Although I also wanted to check how many, like if it was enough eggs or not. Raise rings. Makes all your attacks miss. What a ring. For exiting, basically. Just walking around. They're pretty subtle though, so... Oh, there's an egg. How did I miss that one? Can you put the ring in a dungeon? Yes, you can. Somebody put a ring that makes you take more damage from enemies and no hearts spawn into a dungeon, and I didn't realize it, and I picked it up. It said on this text that it would do that, and I didn't read it, and it was suffering, basically. There's an egg there. How did I miss that egg? I'm losing my mind. I went right around the egg. I'm pretty sure, unless they like spawn in at different times. Like I'm certain I checked that spot. How many are there? I don't know. Oh, there's 15. It says on the top right of the screen. I don't pay attention to things. There's an egg there. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. There's birds. Birds have eggs. Give them. Oh, puppy, you can make the puppy happy. Happy doggo. Doggo happy. Doggo happy. Don't sword the puppy. I'm not trying to sword the puppy, I just need to click out of things. But very, very true rules. Do not sword the puppy. Words to live by, really. Also, wonder if, like, maybe they spawn in at different times, so you can only get so many eggs all at once. Which would be very disappointing. Very devastating, really, after searching this much. If I, like, go in here... Also, we've got another Lucky Locks. Nope. Yeah, they only spawn at certain times. Oh my goodness. So you can't get them all at once. It's understandable that they can't just have them all out at once. But that is devastating. There's another one there. Another one here, and the last one up there, so... 15 of 15. Congratulations! We've found all the eggs I've hidden. Here, take this special egg. Got a mysterious egg. Looks like it needs time to hatch. Happy Easter. Thank you. Need some more time to hatch, so... Oh, I got a few badges here. Play during the Halloween event, play during the winter event, play during the Easter event. Apparently I still managed to catch that somehow. And got early access version.